afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Dana Neal with the Bad Billionaires Radio Show, and we are here at the Real Reality Radio. And really excited to be here on today. I want to thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. You know, we don't try to be here very long, but we do have some things we just want to talk about on today, and I'm excited that we can talk about them. I'm excited that we can talk with each other. We can elaborate on things. We can help each other grow. We can see what each other wants to see when it comes to business and ministry, and really more so business on this show, really more so business. And what I like to tell people is that don't use your ministry or don't create your ministry as a business, but your business can be used as ministry. I think I was one of the first people to say that in the past 5-6 years, and probably more so than that, but especially when you're looking at the fact that God put it in your lap. So, with that, again, I am Dana Neal, and we're here on the Real Reality Show. And this Real Reality Show was birthed out of the blog reports that I do on the Coach Dana blog, which are the Real Reality reports. And the blessing part about the Real Reality is the fact that we work together to do what needs to be done, and in a realness. That's what it is, in something real, not afraid to share, not afraid to understand, not afraid to give recognition, not afraid to basically be real. Okay, that's what the Real Reality Show is about. That's what the Real Reality reports are about. That's who I am. That's who I am. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis. And people don't like it, but that's okay. It's perfectly all right. And I'm not afraid to take on the challenges that that I have day to day, and with other people either. I don't. So I don't mind that, and it's okay with me. And why is it okay with me? It's okay because it's real. So today we're talking. The topic on the Real Reality Show is, what's the problem? Most times we go through life thinking everyone is just like us. We think that everyone that wants something or needs something will be looking for a handout, a push-up, a step back, all those different things. We'll be looking for something in return. And why is that? Because 90% of us, and I'm saying us just to be fair, catch that, 90% of us do that. We help others, or we go through life, assisting or whatever, wanting something in return. And it's, in actuality, we shouldn't live like that. It should be that we give assistance, we give help, we give encouraging words, we push people forward, because it is the right thing to do. Not looking for anything in return. And I know some of you out there are probably saying, well, that's life. But when life when life throws you that curveball, you have to realize where you're wrong at. You cannot keep doing things in a way where it's okay to do. You can't do things where you're always looking for something in return. And I have to say to you that it's just not proper. Okay, it's not proper. It's not fair. It's not what you should do. It is not what should be done. Basically, it's you're in a position where you're always looked upon like, you're the one who always wants something back. Can you just help without asking for anything in return? You're the one that they don't come to. And I'm saying this. I'm saying this. We can't keep living like that. Okay? We can't. Because as leaders, and I mean leaders in the business industry, we have to look at, yes, I want something in return. I want customers in return. I want money in return. I want the increase. I want to get to that billionaire status. That's all well and fine. But if you always look for something in return for the people that you help, then you'll always be looking for something in return for the people that you help. And I need you to catch that, because at this time in our lives, we need to be concerned about who these people are, and who they are as far as the stepping stones in our lives. Sometimes we have to look around. Let me say this. I've been on a couple of calls in the past, I'd say the past 2 weeks, and they've been trainings, and some of the trainings have been, beneficial for me, and I know they're beneficial for others, and I know they're very beneficial for me. What I'm trying to say to you is this: they were free. The leaders, the business leaders, the experts, or whatever, they offered the class for free, or they offered the training for free. Why did they do that? Because they wanted to be able to touch base with people, be able to share things with people, and then open the door. They wanted to be able to open the door for others, and open the door for those other people to be connected to them. That is what you call, a strategic plan, because in actuality, 50% or 60% of those people may not want to be part of their group, and I may not want to be their client, may not want to be part of their team, may not want to be in their direct sales circle. They may not, but there's somebody in there that might. And then with the valuable information that they've given, let me tell you, these training calls have only been like an hour, and you can get a lot in an hour. But there's a whole lot more. When they're the expert, there's a whole lot more to offer after the hour is up. That, the hour kind of pulls them in, kind of bites them in. Now, how does that have to do with what's the problem? Well, the problem, you have to identify what actually is the problem. They gave away something for free. They gained momentum in their business, okay? Not a big deal. Not a big deal. This is a choice that they made, and it's a good choice, because there's somebody out there that might not have been able to afford the teleconference or the webinar. Okay. Now, on the flip side of that, you're saying, well, you know what? That's it right there. People cannot afford the teleconferences. They don't have $50, $60 sitting around. Small business owners don't have $100, $200 or whatnot to just pay on a teleconference that is only a couple of hours long or whatnot. That is true. The problem is how we look at it as business leaders and experts. So let me talk to the business leaders and experts, okay? The only way to grow and go is to know that you're going to grow and go if you miss that one $50 person or those two $200 investors. You have to realize that you're going to grow. So you have to take the bull by the reins and say, or the bull by the horns and the horse by the reins, and say, I'm going to do this. I can accomplish this. So Dana, what is the problem come in at? Why is this a problem? It's how you look at it. It's how you look at it. It's the same way in death. How do you look at death? That person is no longer here. I'm dying. I don't know what to do. They said I won't live any longer. Okay, the problem is this. You're looking at death in a way that you know that you haven't done what you needed to do on earth at this point in time, in order for you to look at death in a way where, okay, I'm ready to die. Not that I'm afraid, but I'm ready to die. And I'm ready to go on and be with the Lord as He so fits for me to be with Him. I know where I'm going when I stop breathing on this side. Okay? Look at it like when you retire early from your job. Yes, you may not get a pension, but you're gonna have go into business. Or like for myself, I'm in business and in ministry. Ministry is full time. So when I look at those things, people are looking at me like, how can you do that? What was the plan of action? What is the results on a day-to-day basis? What is God doing? I'm not worried about it. It is in all how you respond to the situation. How you're responding. That is what you need to know. That is how you need to grow. Let's take a break and hear from the Bad Billionaires Club. Encouraging and taking you further in what God has planned. Bad Billionaires Club, it is the club for you. We offer more in networking, understanding, building, encouraging, and taking you further in what God has planned for you than any other networking group around the nation. Blessed, anointed, and destined. It's not about numbers. It is about what God called you to do. It's not about clicks. It's about what God called you to do. It's not about money. It's about what God called you to do. You are blessed and anointed and destined. Blessed, anointed, and destined. Billionaires Club. Bad. That's who we are. Go over to the website, badbillionaires.com. Register today. Subscribe today. Look at what we have going on for the rest of the year. We have the Millionaires Breakfast, as well as the Denim and Diamonds Women's Business Conference. Are you going to be ready for the Millionaires Retreat? You'll never know until you're a bad billionaire. God bless, because you are bad. Yes, you are bad. Bad Billionaires Club. So excited about the club. So with that understanding of life and how we grow and how we go, the question still stands: what's the problem? And we have to look internally at self. I mean, really, there's people out there that are money hungry. There are people out there who they have the crab mentality, but they're trying to be secretive about it. There are people out there who really don't care to help people without getting anything in return. There are people out there who really don't know. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. We have to understand that it is hard to take an internal look at ourselves. It's hard. It's hard to take an internal look, but it's also hard to take an external look at our lives, how it positions us, and everything around us. I mean, real reality. Let me just be quite transparent and a little bit blunt. I don't live in a place where you can actually see my billionaire status building. I don't live in that place, but that place is coming. I don't live in a place where billionaire being a billionaire, or building towards being a billionaire, that I've kind of lost my mind. I don't live in that place. I live in knowing that dreams can come true. Why? Everyone knows I'm faith-based, so they know that I know that God is who He says He is. Okay? So that's okay. And because he's told me, he showed me, as long as I put ministry first, the other things will come up, on the end. So I'm good with that. So now I'm looking at myself, and I am thankful for who I am, and I am thankful for who God is, and I am thankful for the place that I'm in right now, because then I know that I can grow and go as things go on. Okay, so when we have to ask ourselves this question, well, what's the problem? We do have to take that internal look. And I don't take that internal look very often. I don't have to, because I know that there's a place for me. I know what I'm doing. I know it takes time. I know it takes patience. I know it takes planning. I know what it takes. So I am blessed to know that it's a good thing to be where we are. Now, when I talk to others about, understanding, and again, I'm gonna be transparent here, but when I talk to others about, well, what's the problem? I look at how people accept me or don't accept me. If I don't look like the norm or act like the norm, there's a problem with me. And then I'm ridiculed, or I'm hurt, or whatever. And, it's not me that has the problem with me. It's them that has the problem with me. It's not me not being comparable to who those people are, or to being commonplace to what the rest of the world is doing. It's that those people don't know how to be different. Having a spiritual relationship like I have to say that, I'm sorry that they don't have the relationship, and that they don't understand, how things come about or how they should be done. I totally understand that, they're in a whirlwind. They're in a mix up. They're in a place where they probably don't even care to understand. But the killer part about it is the fact that they're the ones who won't even understand that there is a problem. They would rather put it on everyone else than to say, okay, yes, there is a problem. I don't want to be that person. For one, I don't want to be that person. I want to be the one that says, okay, I understand. Let me change. And that's what they have to do. They'll be the ones that say there isn't a problem, or they'll be the ones that say there is a problem, but I don't want to change. I want to be the one to say, yes, there is a problem, recognizing that there is a problem, and that I want to change. So when you take a minute, and I think I said that the wrong way earlier, so let me just clarify again. Some of the people that I've come up against are the ones who don't want to recognize that there is a problem. That's not the person I want to be. I want to be that person that recognizes there is a problem and that there needs to be a change. You should be the person as well that recognizes that there is a problem and that there should be a change. Are you ready for change? Are you ready to move forward in change? So that you can do more in your life, so that you can see the wealth coming your way, so that you wouldn't have to count wealth by how many customers you have, how many connections you have, how many likes you have on Facebook or whatever. Can you do that? Can you get to a point where you can say, I'm ready to leave legacies in a way that is truly understandable to the benefit of life as a whole? Can we take our community back? Can you do that? Are you ready to do that? Think about it. Because it's important. Think about it while we go to the commercial break. Denim and Diamonds Women's Business Conference is coming to Milwaukee August 11th, 2014. It will start off with a billionaire breakfast. There will be a luncheon, networking and vendor opportunities, as well as classroom lesson plans and wisdom and knowledge throughout the conference. We are excited to bring this conference to you. If you are a woman business owner and you want to sit back, relax, and learn something new to catapult your business into greater wealth and bigger dimensions, please go to the website at badbillionaires.com. That's bad, B-A-D, billionaires.com for more information. Denim and Diamonds coming to you. Well, we're back with the Real Reality Radio Show, and we're talking today about what's the problem. I am Dana Neal, your host of the Real Reality Radio Show, and again, this show came out of the Real Reality Report that I offer on my blog, my Coach Dana blog. So this is almost like a audio blog or whatnot, but pretty soon we'll have people that will tune in, that will want to talk with us, be in the chat room with us, and will also encourage us as we go further. Let me share with you just these last tidbits, and basically the other segment we ended on. Are you ready to do that? And a lot of people are not ready to do that. They're not ready to do that. And I'll tell you why. And that's because we're Real Reality, so I'll tell you why. Because they're afraid of not getting what they want in return. And what is that? Money. They need the money. They want the money. They need the clients to get the money. They need the customers to grow the business. They can't see wealth. They can't see wealth without the customers. They can't see wealth without the business. So when the troubling part about that is, no matter what I've said here, more and more people will understand that it's easier to just do the norm. It's easier. So the answer to what's the problem, we've already talked about, okay, through this whole show. I won't say cause and effect, but how do you change that is totally up to you. I've changed that in my life because I want to be able to help people and get the return. I know I have to be a little bolder in things that I do, different avenues that I've taken for building wealth. Yes, I totally understand that. And yes, I'm taking the bull by the horns and I'm pulling it down. But there are a lot of other people who don't want to do that. And that means that, that's okay for them. That's a choice that they made. No one is judging them on that choice. But in all actuality, if you build wealth off of that particular choice, but then it's taken away from you, when will you decide to look at things from another perspective, from your right hand instead of your left, and doing more for others and building others than you are right now? When are you going to do that? When are you going to take the time to decide that there's more to life? There's more to life than getting what you want. There's more to life than deciding that it's okay to be in this particular place. There's more to life than being at a point of basically no return. But the only reason why you're at no return is because of the choices you have made. When do you decide that you need to get past all of that? When do you decide? When do you decide? It's totally up to you. It's totally up to you. You have a little bit of time. I mean, if you woke up today, God bless you. You woke up today and God pushed you on your way. Please, please, please understand. I'm not saying that you don't, that today's your last day, but I am saying that time will run out. And I don't want time to run out for you. I want you to be blessed, anointed, and destined. I want you to know that you're blessed, anointed, and destined. I want you to reach that billionaire status. I want you to always come here into the Real Reality Radio Show and know that you are encouraged to do more, say more, and increase in your life. I want you to know that you are who God says you are. I want you to know that regardless of whatever other people say, you are in a position to be blessed. You are in a position to grow. You are in a position, okay, to reach higher heights without having to look for so much in return from other people. I'm your host, Dana Neal, Bad Queen Dana of the Real Reality Show. I hope that you will go over to badbillionaires.com, join the club, get registered for the Denim and Diamonds Women's Business Conference. That is going to be so exciting, so exciting. Especially for those of you that are business owners and you want to learn more about utilizing your resources and thinking outside the box. One thing in particular, if I could share with you in regards to thinking outside the box, is this. The Denim and Diamonds event is actually on a Monday, not on a Saturday, because we don't have time for you to lose sight of anything from Saturday to Monday. We don't want you to consider that if Saturday and Sunday are one of those days are your Sabbath days, that you miss out. We want you to be ready and raring to go on Monday to take your business to higher heights, to celebrate your life, and you know what, to be encouraged. We noticed that on Mondays we're ready to go for business and more. We go from one thing to the next. We go, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. We go from on Monday, we set goals so that we keep doing those goals between Monday and Friday. And that's what the Denim and Diamonds event is for. It's for you to know that we're here for you, thinking outside the box and more. So again, God bless you. I'm Dana Neal, and thanks so much for the audience. Audience, give yourselves a hand. Thank you for being here. Yes, 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 yes. We'll see you next week here at the Real Reality Radio Show. Again, I'm Dana Neal. Have a great, great day.